Dire team ban.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from around the world, welcome back to the Boston Major. We've got game number 2 of Finem versus EHOME set to get underway. EHOME leads the series 1-0, and oh boy, it's a little bit more of the same. I'm Zayori, joined again by Cinderin. Sin, how you feeling here? First pick Ogre right into the Shadow Demon Luna.
I'm feeling the OD from Finem. That's what I'm feeling.
Okay.
That would be a very Finem thing to do.
Yeah. Good way to deal with illusions, huh?
It's okay. I personally don't know how good of a trade-off this is. This is in my opinion, one of the reasons you will see the first pick team ban Shadow Demon. Last game we did see the other way around, where Finem did first pick the Shadow Demon and then give the Luna +1 away to EHOME, which was in that case Ogre. So we have the same 3 heroes again, but the dynamic is very different now because the first pick team picked the Ogre instead of the SD. Now you have to deal with SD Luna. You know it's coming, and there are a couple of ways. One is to contest them really hard in lane. Something we've seen successfully in Europe has been Nature's Prophet and Ogre together as a dual offlane is actually super good against SD Luna in lane. It's some of the best you can do. Just any sort of lane pressure is good so that they don't get online and get to play together. The other thing is having teamfight that can match and that wants to go in. And Finem are taking their time. I'm not sure what they were expecting to happen here. Oh, damn, they went SD Luna, guys. I want to see that coming right after they played Luna last game.
Yeah,
the Oath Clock. It's okay. I think this can work as a dual offlane into Luna SD. I don't think it's nearly as strong as some alternatives they had.
Yeah, I mean, we saw some success of the clockwork in the last game, showing some of the merit. We talked a lot about how that hero is more flexible now than he used to be in terms of playing different roles, the 3, or even like the roaming 4, that kind of stuff. So, still some options. This is really looking oddly similar to last game here. Even these 3rd and 4th bans. Puck was banned out by EHOME last game. I think they banned out OD, is same exact deal here. If Finem bans Sand King, then we really do have like close to mirror match. No, this time they banned the Chen. Okay, fool me once, not getting fooled twice here. I'm going to ban out that combo. I think that's a smart call.
I think it might be a Sand King pick now for EHOME though. They like it a lot. Again, it's one of Old 11's absolute best heroes. I think, in my mind, probably one of the 3 best Sand King players in the world, at least from the offlane position. Exceptionally good.
Yep.
It is a way to do it. The nice thing about picking Sand King when you have something like SD Luna is that Sand King by nature almost requires 2 heroes to be dealt with in lane. Sand King has a lot of good 1v1 matchups, so if they put a Sand King top, that in a way alleviates pressure from the Luna lane, because the enemy team can't really go 3 down there and expect the top lane to go well unless they do a very specific counterpick to Sand King. But there's not that many, and it needs to also have synergy with their lineup. I think it's a solid choice here if EHOME do that.
There it is.
It's good. I don't know if they have the same thought process behind it, but if Finem end up having to, let's say, put their Ogre top, for example, to deal with Sand King, I think they have a losing laning stage. I think this Ogre has to contest Luna's lane or the mid lane, get something done.
And the other nice thing about Sand King with a lineup like this is it fits what they want to do. You've got set up with the Shadow Demon, you have some good magic damage team fight now with Epicenter and Eclipse, and you've just got great spammable stuns with an elusive hero. Now Rubik for Finem, can't say we're too surprised. Always great to have against a Sand King. Stealing Burrow Strike is kind of close to the dream. And with Shadow Demon Luna, there's a number of other spells that aren't too bad to steal either. So this is a pretty good Rubik pick, I think.
Yeah, it's a good Rubik game, I think. Nullfield is also very good. It's something that's often overlooked. When people talk Rubik, they talk Telekinesis and the Spell Steal. And then to an extent, Fade Bolt is a good wave clear and a good... It's great for stopping, minion-type push like Chen with creeps or Lycan with wolves or Brood with spiderlings, just because of how much damage it actually removes. But Nullfield is really good, actually. And... yeah, like you said, there's some good spell steals here. If you can steal Disruption, that can be game-winning, because then they can turn Luna against the enemy team. Eclipse is a great steal, very easy to steal too. It's very telegraphed when Luna uses it, and there's not that many other spells she could cast instantly after. There's, as a matter of fact, only one, which has a decent cast point. So I can see the Rubik pick here. I think it's a good idea. Now we're still back to what I was talking about before. They need to make the lanes count. Like, something needs to happen here.
Ooh.
Right.
Well, not obvious lifestealer choice here. The Sand King can be an okay Infest Bomb carrier, but at Finem come right back with the Void. So with the Rubic Ogre, I think this is pretty much guaranteed position 3 Clockwork, which means this is a safe lane Void.
Yes, that's also how Ad Finem prefer to play it. I think Madara has a really good idea of how to play carry Void. We've seen Skylark in the past play quite a bit of Void. His hero pool has been pretty good. Probably his like active or stable hero pool is maybe like 5, 6, 7 offlaners, which is enough. It's fine. And out of all of those, I actually think Void might be his worst. I think they've had more success playing it on Madara in general than as an offlane 3 position. So I'm not surprised. I also think this is a good Void game. Good at locking down the Lifestealer, something to catch the Luna with, but you're still dealing with disruption as a possible counterplay to the Chrono. Like, if you catch someone of the cores and it gets disrupted, you've missed your timing window. Now they're going to go Sniper.
Okay. Well, now it's starting to make more sense now, right? You've got Bloodlust for the Sniper. You've got a lot of heroes that can peel for the Sniper in terms of Clockwork, Hookshots, Cogs, Telekinesis, Chronosphere. There are a lot of ways to keep this Sniper safe. I like the idea here. But that also assumes they can find those initiations. You know, now Riki for EHOME, a great backline hero to just jump on the Sniper. Also a great hero to stop Clockwork and Void from getting those counter initiations. I think this is a really good last pick. And it's a great Lifestealer and Fest Bomb carrier, of course.
Yeah, they're playing a mid Lifestealer here. I'm very curious to see how that works out. What I wanted to say is a problem I see for Ad Finem in this draft is that their wave clear is actually not that exceptionally good. Void, one of his innate weaknesses as a carry is that he doesn't push waves very fast unless you go something like Maelstrom build up, and you generally need like another item before that, so that maybe comes minute 15-20 at the earliest. Sniper, same problem. Shrapnel is great, but it's a long cooldown. Then you've got Fatebolt and Rocket, which is okay, but it's not like that good, and you're playing with weak wave clear in arguably okay-ish wave clear, but not great, into SD Luna, and you know how they're going to be playing. They're going to be pushing your waves and they're going to be hitting your towers, and you need to respond. And the issue that I see in combination with that is that when they start struggling with dealing with waves, your natural way of playing Dota is to split up your team, right? Because you need to start defending waves. That sucks against Lifestealer Riki. That is really not fun to play. When they're off the map and your waves are pushed, you can't really feel like you can go anywhere. So I'm favoring EHOME in this one based on draft. If this mid Lifestealer works out, I think they have the tools they need to beat the Ad Finem lineup, but Ad Finem definitely have some good fights if they can take them. That's the real problem.
It feels kind of similar to last game for me in the sense that Ad Finem have tools, but I think EHOME strategy is a little more straightforward, probably a little bit easier to execute, and I think it's just a little bit more versatile in terms of they have options. If Luna gets shut down, Lifestealer can kind of pick up some of the slack in the mid game, and vice versa. For Ad Finem, it all needs to kind of come together. You know, if Sniper gets completely shut down, this could get tough. Kind of same deal for the Void. They're banking on Madara having at least an okay laning stage. It could work here. Let's do some predictions, though, here, Sid.
Yeah.
I'm curious what you think about number 1.
Sniper or Luna. I think I'm going to go with Sniper.
No, it's magical or pure. You think Sniper, really?
Yeah, Shrapnel hurts.
Okay, Shrapnel.
Oh, we'll try for Shrapnel. Least deaths in the whole game is going to be... Well, if I'm going with EHOME, I'll pick Lifestealer, I think. Okay.
I had Sylar, but maybe Old Chicken's a better one.
Most last hits at 7 minutes. I'm out of time. Luna, and then total smoke kills 0 to 4.
Oh no, I did 5 to 8 on the last one. Shit.
I mean, if the game goes long enough, that's definitely happening. We'll see.
Cool. But yeah, I think this Riki pick is really what seals it for me. I think Garter has a lot of potential this game, just with smoke clouds to stop that chain of initiation for Ad Finem to easily start these fights. If you can break that up, pressure the Sniper in the back line, that's going to be huge.
You just know that thing where you look at a lineup and you just feel the lineup. Like, you look at it and you can just tell. You have a good feeling.
That's a very Blitz thing to say. I don't know the numbers, but I can just feel it.
That's what I have with EHOME's draft right now. I'm looking at those picks and I just like it, you know, what I see.
Okay.
Ad Finem's is also not bad by any means. Like, I also think their lineup is pretty good. I already explained what I think is going to be the problem. We'll see if it actually ends up happening.
So they did do a switcheroo, though. Old Chicken is in the safe lane on the Lifestealer.
Mid Luna.
Yeah, right now Garter's mid, kind of babysitting Sylar, so... That is a change. Old 11 up top. He's going to be solo against Madara and maybe next time. Not an easy lane for the Sand King. He gets his level 2, so now it gets a little bit easier, but getting harassed pretty hard here by the Rubik.
I picked Luna to get most CS minutes 7, man. Why did he have to go mid now? Like, this is not happening anymore.
Almost a first blood from Old 11 up top. He's now out of mana. Regenerating up a little bit, but there's the salve. And now they turn it the other way. I think it's a first blood for the Dire. Add Finem, pick it up. Maybe next time. Gets the bonus goal.
Nice play from them. I think he's going to suicide now on the Rubik and just get back up here really fast with that purchase TP scroll.
Yep.
Playing on the edge there, it's very important when you're playing against Sand King that if you have this type of lane, I think their lane is actually pretty weak against Sand King, so this is their one moment of opportunity. When Sand King hits level 3 and level 4, this probably isn't just isn't going to happen anymore.
Now mid, Riki maybe
very
in
nice.
trouble. They've got some detection, but he just walks away. Smoke cloud. Fell. As close as I thought. Okay.
Well, trade off of regen here. A sniper forced to use a salve, and EHOME know they have the sentry advantage because they have a sentry placed in the center of the lane that isn't countered, and that's going to give them a lot of damage on Thug. He's actually dead.
They should be here. One more auto attack finds it. Sylar gets credit for that. Now Spartan trying to trade right clicks with Garter. I don't know if he can find this kill. He doesn't have the cooldowns. No point in Ignite. He gets stunned up. He does drop the dust.
He should. Oh, wow.
Sylar
nice
with the body blocks.
Oh.
He gets the deny. It's going to be close, but the Fire Blast is there, and Spartan will be able to finish him off. The Ogre living up to his reputation and still on the pursuit. He's got Bloodlust on. Ignite, not going to be enough, and Sylar does make it out. Okay. What a wonky exchange there in the mid.
This bottom matchup is pretty interesting by nature. I think back in the day, this was more clock favored than it is now, probably. The new options of itemization help Lifestealer quite a bit. I think he could consider a raindrop, and then I think he will be just fine on mana for a very long time in the lane. Also, of course, the style of play with pulling the side camp and just pressuring a guy out. It's actually going to go on him bottom here. This should be some really good damage. Oh, it's a full surround.
He tries the TP out. He makes
nice
it.
Play.
At a moment's
very
hesitation.
good understanding here by Skylark having the TP on him, knowing that this is they actually don't have this play if he has a TP.
Right.
But still
a close call with 2 points in Soul Catcher. You know, that's one of those, if he hesitates at all, it's probably not going to happen. So.
Regardless, it's a great play from EHOME no matter what. Like, it's a good escape, but he lost a full wave and a half of experience probably, and EHOME threatened him, forced him to buy a TP. They're dominating bottom. This opens up for Shadow Demon to play greedy now. Lifestealer is perfectly fine in this one-on-one, so they can just spam pull with Lanham here. Gonna triple up this camp very nicely. This should kill the entire wave, and Clock can't really come in and contest because of how strong this Radiant lane is, and now his TP is on cooldown. So
mid lane, Garter might be in some trouble here. They've got another sentry. They will drop it, but they can't close the gap. Spartan's out of mana. Or wishful thinking on that one.
Actually managed to kill 11 again. I didn't think this was going to happen. He got level 4 and died top to this Void Rubik lane. Really not the strongest of lanes at all against Sand King, but they're doing a very good job. Didn't see that plane in particular, but just to be able to get that kill at this point, they should be very, very satisfied with.
Yeah, I was watching the mid there as that was breaking out. So take a look at the CS mid though. How is this sniper faring against the Luna? Pretty well. 19-9 versus the 11-4 Sylar. This is going pretty well for Ad Finem in the mid, and in terms of offlaners, it's fairly comparable. That death will set back the Sand King a little, but Clockwork up to a couple last hits, sitting 9-4, and almost level 4 himself.
I think EHOME should be feeling okay about this mid. You don't really want to have 13 CS on your Luna mid at 5, but it's against an Ogre. This lane is very difficult, and Ogre is also good against Riki in this early stage, so the fact that they've managed to get this far, Luna hasn't died, they've traded off, they've got levels, and now they're going to actually get us around here on the Sniper. Very nice kill, should be coming out here.
Great
good rotation from Lanham.
Thug without a TP, really not much he could do. Now Skylark drops the cogs, breaks this up a little bit. Ignite will fly, connects on the Shadow Demon. Garter trying to body block with that little Riki body. He does have a smoke screen as well. Can he use it here to save the Shadow Demon? It's not looking so likely. He has a disruption in 5. They're just going to split ways, and it looks like Lottom will admit defeat and hand a kill over to Skylark. It's still a big rotation, though, from Ad Finem, and it's opening up more space for the Lifestealer to farm down bottom. Up top, Madara drops the Chronosphere, looking for the kill on Sand King. I don't think he has the damage. Sand King does have a Sandstorm, and we'll be able to break it up. Madara does not find the kill.
Nice play from Old 11, holding his 5th skill point there. A lot of players would have chosen to skill either Burrow Strike or Caustic Finale, but he realizes that this could save his life once to have that 1 value point, and it does in that situation, so nicely done.
Oh! Oh, Clockwork gets him with the rocket. Okay, well, good effort there with the Sandstorm. Your point stands, but great rocket. Meanwhile, mid lane here, Lanham taking a lot of damage, gets off the defensive disruption, is now Garter, comes in on the Thugs. Sylar kind of low on HP, not yet level 5 even, so that Lucent Beam doesn't really hurt so much. They do get the kill on the Shadow Demon in the end, and Garter will just back out. So that's another one on the scoreboard for Thug. Pretty good for this sniper.
This mid lane's going well. Luna is catching up to the sniper though, got a kill there as well, so not looking too bad for Sylar. I think the play for EHOME at this point would be to get Lifestealer more active soon. I don't know if they want to farm a full armlet before he starts moving, but he's one of their strongest heroes right now, and he's just been camped in the bottom lane, whereas at Finem, of course, have moved their Clockwork. They've kept their Void top as well, but he's got kills up there. That's made a bit of a difference there. In the pressure on Sand King. Nice stun from 11.
2, beautiful. Very nice. 4-man shield doing some work per usual here.
Yeah, that rotation from Clockwork, if he doesn't get this rocket kill, he would be level 4.5 right now against a level 7 Lifestealer. And now at least he has a little bit more to work with that level 5. Of course, it's not playable by any means this lane. Like, Clockwork doesn't stand a chance at going up for creeps if Lifestealer is playing aggressively. That's the price he pays for leaving the lane to help that mid-rotation from Shadow Demon, where they did indeed get the SD kill.
Mid-rotation the other way. Sylar, he's just going down. Spartan wrapped around the backside, hit him with an Ignite, and it's just that easy. Slow in combination with the auto attacks from Thug. He didn't even need an Assassinate there. That was just good old-fashioned right-clicking.
Shrapnel, pretty good.
Shrapnel on top of Ignite, not bad. Now the other way. Thug initiated on with the Infest Bomb from Garter Old Chicken. As you mentioned, getting that Lifestealer active is a golden ticket to regain some of this lost momentum, and they certainly shall. Lifestealer gets his first kill of the game. The regen rune to boot.
Yeah, it's a very good move. They didn't lose anything on doing it either, because Lanham was soaking up bottom. Oh, he just used Disruption, actually, but he should be fine here.
Skylar can't close the gap. They do force a TP out of the Luna. I guess Sylar wanted to come back to lane anyhow, so it's not a big deal.
This is a natural rotation for EHOME. This is very nicely done, because not only do they get the kill mid, but they get Luna to another lane. She doesn't want to be mid anymore. That lane's too hard. Lifestealer is way stronger, is able to make plays, so now you redistribute your resources, you get the Luna her, a little bit of pick-me-up here, and then Lifestealer being off the map is actually a threat. You see, now Old Chicken is going to be like semi-jungling, I think, and they'll probably place Garter a little bit in the mid lane and then a little bit off lane. So when he's gone for a few seconds, you don't know who's missing right now. Like, the wards from at Finem are actually really good, but EHOME don't know this right now. So their idea is good, to play Lifestealer off the map. And then he could be anywhere at any time when Riki isn't showing.
Right. Sort of like that Nyx Assassin type mindset. You know? He's more of a threat hiding off the map than he is showing in a lane, because you know he's not ganking. Also good words for the Radiant. EHOME have a good one up on the plateau here in enemy jungle, so they are ready to hunt if they catch somebody farming.
Right now they know that Madara isn't top because this Rubik is showing so aggressively in lane. So this is actually a fairly obvious read for EHOME that this move is probably happening. And you see Sylar backing off. They could bait this Chrono if they want. Like, Lanham is actually in a very good position here. Old 11 not so much. I don't think they're going to be able to kill him here.
I'm walking forward.
That is not a good
strike
stun.
Into the trees. Defensive disruption. Not the dream Chrono. Now the hook shot from downtown finds the Sand King, but Sandstorm might keep him alive. Old Chicken in the front lines as Sylar drops the Eclipse. Sylar, one hit, will stay alive as he gets into that corridor with the cogs. Can they find any of these cleanup kills? Old Lanham, he pokes forward, but it'll cost him his life. He doesn't even get the kill on the Clockwork. The reinforcements have arrived, and now EHOME are on the back foot. They lose Riki. They lose Luna. Old Chicken pops the rage, trying to go hard on the Thug. At best, he'll find this kill, but he is certainly going to die. Can't even make it to the neutrals. Sand King did make it back to the base, but it's a 4-0 after all that. Even after that semi-whiffed Chrono, I mean, he did connect on the Sand King, but really not the best usage. Still works out for Finem.
Those power cogs saved the fight from Skylark. That was really clutch. If he dies there, the fight is over. But Luna had used Eclipse. Like, the trade-off of using Chrono for Eclipse is good enough for Finem, because the moment this Eclipse is down, the Radiant lineup's damage is not that great, and then Sniper comes in with double shrapnels, and that fight is just, you know, just over. Like, they had nothing left in the tank. The reason I didn't like that Burrow Strike from the Sand King is it's not necessarily a bad idea to go hide in the trees, but the problem is he gets himself in this awkward position where he has to get disrupted, and then after the disruption he has to use his Quelling Blade to get out and Sandstorm. So he lost all of his play potential in the fight by stunning into the trees. He could have maybe just run down, waited for the chrono, got disrupted, and then when the disruption is over he has a stun, and that will change everything in that fight for EHOME.
Madara, maybe he noticed here. He was blocked out. He's going to try to TP. It looks like he did actually notice. Very nice. Good heads-up play from him there, thinking an Infest Bomb could be inbound.
This game is looking very good for Finem right now. Much different from game number 1. They've taken more of an aggressive stance in the game. They're pressuring a lot with their supports. They seem a bit more comfortable, I would say, in their draft overall.
Skylark initiated on by the combo, but he just TP's home. Disruption will stop it, but now again, reinforcements are here. Stun on 2 from Old 11, stolen by the Rubik. They follow up here. Riki assassinated by Thug. Looks like that's where the fight will end. These Infest Bombs are just not working out for EHOME, and now they may lose more. Lanham does not have a disruption. Spartan catches him. Ends up being another easy kill. 13-3. As Finem control this match.
They need the armlet on the Lifestealer. He hits like a wet noodle right now on this Clockwork with 9 armor. Yeah, this is not how Infest ganks should look 12 minutes in. Most games, Lifestealer at this point has an armlet, maybe, you know, like armlet Lightstone, maybe a little bit more in addition to what he has right now. And that Clockwork dies in the smokescreen, but that wasn't even close, actually. Oh, good Chrono top.
Chrono catches Luna. Maybe next time outside as the extra bit of burst damage, the telekinesis. Oh my, the disruption buys him a little bit of time. Clockwork will still finish off the kill, but maybe they can turn the other way. Stun on 2 from Old 11. Maybe next time getting low. He's out of cooldowns, and Tricks of the Trade will finish him off. Very nice. Dominating streak going the way of Sand King here for Old 11. They at least go 1-for-1. Still hurts to lose your Luna, though.
A great trade-off here from Finem. They also forced a big rotation. Like EHOME TP 2 heroes top. Sniper is free farming bottom. They got the bottom tower, I believe.
Set up on Madara. They know he doesn't have a chrono. They've got a silence. Follow-up stun.
They got the catch on one guy. Still good.
Yep. Available, but can't get it off with the silence. Power of the Riki, man. Smoke cloud.
Great hero against Void.
Skylark.
This game is...
Go ahead.
It's a fairly sizable lead for Finem. I think this is what they needed to happen, just with how the lineups face off against each other. Now it's about whether they can keep it up, because one bad team fight, and I think EHOME are in a very comfortable lead just by virtue of how their lineup is constructed and what it will be able to do. But they've managed to slow down the Luna very nicely. They've managed to prevent these Infest Bombs from working very well. We're looking at a 13-minute armlet that finally got finished, so timings have not been good for EHOME this game.
Yeah. It's 2,500 net worth, 2,500 experience. Not insurmountable by any means, but still a good start. And they won't have too many issues scaling into the late game. Void, I guess he's going Lincoln's first. That Perseverance, 1,400 gold pulled up.
I don't know how good that is here. I think his biggest problem is actually the Riki. And they don't have a save in their team, so the smoke screen is really powerful, unless they get a Force Staff on Clock, but he's going Blade Mail first.
Yeah.
I don't know, this is one of those annoying situations to play Void in, because you kind of have to pick your poison. Who are you looking to counter out? Are you looking to counter out the Sand King stun, or are you looking to counter out the smoke screen? And as you said, probably a Lincoln's good against the SK. But he can die to an Infest Bomb, even with a Lincoln's, I think.
Yeah.
Lifestealer plus Riki can take him from full to 0 almost.
I guess it keeps you safe from like disruption when you're in chrono, so you can't do damage. But that seems like an expensive item to, you know.
Even then, there's Purge if you really want to. Like, then you can break the Lincoln, and then that's what you truly wanted, then you're forced to Purge, which is nice, but still.
Look at this play though from EHOME. They countered out this ward here. Maybe I'm not sure if they realized the Riki got scouted out, but he didn't find any rotation, so they guess right, get the counter ward.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Pressure here from Finem. They are identifying what position they're in. They feel like they're stronger. go for its tier 2. There's a TP in from Sand King. I think this will not end well for him. He actually got spotted, I think.
Riki's got the Infest Bomb nearby. He blinks into the tree line. Could get a big stun here. He gets a multicast. There's the Chrono. Hook shot on the way in. Gets stopped, but it doesn't matter. They'll get the pick off, and no Infest Bomb to be found. Another good fight here for Ad Finem.
Old 11 is really not having his best day so far. Had a lot of deaths last game on the Nyx as well. Ended up coming up big in a couple of fights, but again, this game on the Sand King seems a little bit out of sync. This TP in is way too early. The Infest Bomb wasn't even close when he came in. He had to use his Blink to try to defensively survive and didn't manage, so a little bit off. And that costs, they don't even get the top tower.
He gets Demonic Purged. Yeah. Tier 2 down bottom falls. Ooh, Riki's actually scouting out here. Be home for him maybe next time. He'll be good. No problemo. Yeah, it's another good trade for the Dire. Tier 2, and they managed to defend the Tier 1. A little bit of HP left. Lead continues here for Ad Finem. Looking at item completion, Dragonlance has come out on Luna, as well as the Sniper. He's just about at Hurricane Pike. Pick up for him, as always.
Hearing a Shrapnel. Onto Lanham. Good damage. This Assassinate could come out after. Oh!
Hook shot onto Illusions, but he's definitely dead here. Assassinate finishes him off now. Skylark in pretty deep. Battery Assault on. 2 heroes chasing him down. This Clockwork is on a suicide mission.
He's giving the Sniper to the tower to Thug here, though. Making good space.
They might still defend it. Maybe they can get the deny. Old 11 goes in with the stun. Thug TP's out. And they will indeed secure the deny on the tower.
Nicely done.
2 HP. Okay. Small victory there for EHOME, but a victory nonetheless.
I'm wondering how EHOME are thinking about approaching their fights, because the way I see it, it's hard for them to win team fights right now until either Luna is farmed, or hang on, Luna's actually getting jumped here by the Burrow Strike from Skylark, or sorry, maybe next time rather.
Spartan's there to follow up. They'll split the Eclipse damage. It's only level 1, as he is not yet 11. And it's another easy kill for Ad Finem. Rubik taking that one.
Lanham looking to counterward. Will get it eventually. He's actually trouble.
A lot of damage here. He's still slowed from the Ignite, and it's just too much. Old Chicken comes in, but can't save his friend. That's another one down. Ad Finem are just taking control. It feels like they are everywhere on this map. Also, Lincoln's up on the Void now. A little more survivable.
This mid tower's gone. I don't think there's a chance here. They actually could try if they have a smoke here. So this is what I was going to say. I'm wondering if EHOME are going to change their approach to fight so that Sand King doesn't open for them. I think they want the Infest Bomb to start the fight, and then maybe they get chronoed, and that can set them up to get an epicenter out of Old 11. I feel like the fights are going to be too difficult if he doesn't get it off. He's going to start it here.
Nice stun on 2. Follow-up damage from the epicenter. Rubik gets a steal. It's the Burrow Strike. Chrono comes out. Sand King will die first. Old Chicken stands his ground, trying to get the right clicks on Clockwork. Tricks of the Trade will finish him off, but now they lose the Shadow Demon as well as the Lifestealer. Garter in deep. It's going to be a cleanup for Ad Finem. They've got this easy 1 for 4. And maybe even 1 for 5. Assassinate comes through, connects on the Luna. He also gets the bash. He'll have a time walk up in 1, and then Madara should be able to find this kill.
Nice side
step. A little bit. Sylar's
He's
still in trouble, though. No? Okay.
Oh, this is good.
Cue the Benny Hill music. Just waiting for a bash, and this will be an easy one. There we go. Third time's a charm with the time walk. Madara finds the kill. 23-7. It is Ad Finem all day long here, baby.
And this fight, again, this is not how I think EHOME should be taking the fights. It's a good epicenter and a 2-hero Burrow Strike, but there's no follow-up. Like, they only had the Infest Bomb. Luna had no Eclipse. She used it bottom before she died. Shadow Demon was not in a position to fight at all. So they end up essentially engaging in 3-on-5, and then they just get chronoed and die. The way I imagine fights working for them is Riki plus Lifestealer. Either they just go in on Sniper or on someone and force the fight to begin and get a chrono out, and then they can counterplay with Disruption and they can use Epicenter to kill off heroes. But I don't think the Sand King can be the primary engage right now. I see every fight turning out the same way, like this is going to stun in, get chronoed, and die.
Yeah. It feels like they're also starting to just fall into the problem of not having enough damage. For EHOME, that last fight, it was a good initiation. Sand King fought 2 with the epicenter. That was pretty close to the dream. Riki still pretty far away from a diffusal blade. That'll be his next big bump in damage. Luna still doesn't even have Yasha. I mean, you compare this to what the Luna was doing in the last game, and it's a world of difference. I mean, right now, she is just not intimidating at all. Finally hits level 11, so I guess now the Eclipse maybe becomes more potent, but still feels pretty minor in the grand scheme of things when you look at how beefy Ad Finem are. And once you factor in Nullfield starting to get leveled up, mitigates some of that Eclipse effectiveness.
A little Aegis.
Sniper gets that second life, easy peasy, uncontested for Ad Finem.
I think the high ground now. Maybe.
They this early?
Could at least consider it, yeah. When you have a sniper with Aegis against this EHOME lineup, you just need any sort of vision of the tower in the Radiant base, and Sniper can just stand at 1 billion range and hit it. And EHOME can't commit key abilities to kill off the Sniper's Aegis, because then they lose the following fight to Chrono and Hookshot. So it is very difficult for them to actually engage into Ad Finem's lineup if that happens, but we'll see what they do. For now, they're content to just keep farming, shout the waves.
And Boyd is going into Maelstrom. We talked about that item in the draft. Helps cure one of the woes that he has
Sniper
in terms
has
of
it too.
creep clear. Oh, the double Maelstrom. I like this.
They're itemizing the wave clear and countering the Luna. It's a good choice.
Very smart. And it's also just great damage in 5v5 team fights. A lot of chain lightnings bouncing around. Clear out all the illusions stuff.
Pretty nice spell steal for Rubik. Tricks of the Trade. Hero that benefits a lot from defensive spells, such as like mobility spells like Blink or Burrow Strike. But also something like Tricks of the Trade, just to be able to reset, get your Force Staff off, get a good position, buy time. It's like a 4-second invulnerability, I think, for Rubik, or something like that. So not a bad spell to have. This tower's gone. There's no way EHOME can defend this.
I don't think so either. They do have a glyph, but this is the point where you want to hold that thing for a high ground defense, because you have to be wary that that could be inbound. And once you have
use it.
Okay.
Trying to buy enough time to get the mid tier 1 as a trade-off. Lifesteal with the Deso is hitting fairly hard.
Okay, they might be successful in this trade. We'll see what the play is from Ad Finem. It looks like they'll just go straight towards the base. When you've got a sniper that has this kind of itemization with Bloodlust, it's so easy to just sit on the low ground and basically slow siege. You don't really have to commit a lot to do a lot of damage to this tower. They'll start whacking away at it. Goes down to about half HP before the fight even starts. Now EHOME in a little bit of a precarious situation. In the front lines, they do smoke up. Tower getting very low. Madara feeling very safe. Lincoln's gets broken. In comes Old 11, Burrow, Epi, connects really only on one. It's not the ideal initiation, and now the counterplay comes. Faceless Void goes down first, Clockwork second. They have to pay with their Luna, but he can't even get off the Chrono. It ends up a lot better for EHOME than it seemed at first, but now the long drawn-out fight starts to kick in, and Thug in the back line just doing way too much damage. They kill the Riki and the Lifestealer. Now a buyback from the Lifestealer. It is a 3v3 still on the field. I think Ad Finem may want to consider backing up here and just playing it safe. They do still have the Aegis on Sniper, however, and again, they will slow siege. He's going to stand on the low ground and just keep chipping with the Ogre up top to keep him safe. Old Chicken comes in, Old 11 as well with the follow-up stun. Force Staff again. Spartan makes it back to the low ground, and they almost turn on the Lifestealer. If he dies here, it's a die back, 2 HP, and he survives through it, and Sand King won't be so lucky. He gets left behind, picked up by the telekinesis. Looks like Rubik had a rage there also. Not a bad steal, as you were talking about. Those defensive spells let him get nice and aggressive. But now respawns are coming out here, Sin. They kill the Shadow Demon, but Garter's back alive. This is one hell of a team fight, as Old Chicken still alive and fresh, looking for more.
Stabs, man.
They're getting pulled pretty far out of the base. Thug backing up, double cast here on Old Chicken. He hops inside of a creep, but oh, look who it is. It's Skylark. Luna dies again. Triple kill now for Thug, but they lose their Ogre. Garter on the run outside of the base. They don't have detection, it looks like, and they kind of don't care. They really want the objectives. And with these cores down, they're either going to force buybacks or probably take barracks.
These Force Staffs are paying so much. They're incredible value for Ad Finem right now.
Yep,
now Madara's back. They know this creep is Lifestealer control.
One on Rubik and one on Thug. Feels like they've got more than 2 Force Stabs right now, honestly. Here we go, Madara initiated on by the Lifestealer. This time
nice
he drops the Chrono, and that'll be enough to finish him off. In comes another Epicenter from Old 11. Does pretty good damage, but Time Walk mitigates part of it. And again, the sniper still has the Aegis, so even if they kill him, he's coming back. Now they dive in deep onto Lanham. They find the Shadow Demon. They telekinesis him into the cogs. He will fall. Down goes the Aegis as Riki jumps forward. Tricks of the Trade comes out. They'll survive, at least for now. Barracks still standing. Buyback from the Shadow Demon. EHOME on the verge of actually making a hold here. They do catch the Void. They bring him down. And Garter does survive. So they do hold on to the barracks when it's all said and done. But let's take a look at that gold graph. That was fairly costly. They used at least 2 buybacks, Shadow Demon and Lifestealer. And then the Lifestealer died back on top of that. Luna died at least twice in that sequence. So I think Ed Finem still win that trade overall.
Just by a little bit.
Yeah, I think.
But this is the one big change for EHOME after all of this is that they got the Diffusal Blade on Riki, and if they do get a good setup with Sand this Riki does a lot of damage now. Yeah. So they have options. Oh,
good shot. Catches the Sand King right as he wants to jump in. Very nicely done. Garter in the backline actually doing some decent damage, but it's not enough. The Force Staff keeps the sniper alive. Sylar comes in, drops the Eclipse, brings Skylark low. One more and they get him, but a 2x onto the Riki. Is there any follow-up? Just the Ignite. Again, Ad Finem will be repelled. They don't trade favorably, and they can't quite finish off the melee barracks. It is another hold for EHOME, though just barely.
Ad Finem really want to get this Rax because it's so low, and they know it's going to be healing up pretty quickly here. Realistically, though, they don't get to poke at this barracks for the next minute or two, so the melee will be looking fairly healthy again. And EHOME are playing with what they have. This is a very good defense, all things considered. And they're still in the game. Actually, it's very important that they don't lose this lane of Rax because one good teamfight can still set them up for success. I was pointing out the Riki Diffusal because we were talking about how they're lacking damage and Luna isn't online yet, but Luna is close to the Manta. Riki is starting to become a core because of this item. And any 2-hero Sand King stun, Riki can deal a good couple of hundred damage in with Tricks of the Trade. Diffusal is such a big spike in damage for that hero.
Up top, Chronosphere dropped again. They'll catch the Sand King. It's just a quick, easy pick-off, but indeed, I think at this point they know he doesn't have...
creep wave, though.
Oh, that's a...
Old 11 did manage to push that. I'll see if... I think this is ranged Rax. There is Glyph.
And there is still a tier 2 mid. Got a little bit of
Lifesteal has a dragon. That's actually very big right now. He should try to cut the wave.
Drop the sentry.
Not cutting the wave. Oh, they're letting them get the Rex then.
Okay, yeah, it looks like they might just sack it. They do use the Glyph. Carter almost walked by that sentry ward. They were looking for him. Close call. Both sets of barracks here, ranged and melee, will fall.
I actually think that was defendable for Lifestealer. The moment he took the dragon, if he just runs straight to the left into the creep wave and uses the fireball, he could have probably cleared the wave and there would have been no ability to backdoor there for Ad Finem. So maybe a missed opportunity. The thing is, if he goes for that, he could lose his life going to cast that fireball. They can run him down with the Void and the Sniper, but look at the risk-reward, right? If you defend your Rax and you risk your life for it, could have maybe been worth a try, but they might also feel like they can win this game a lane down, and I also still think it's winnable for EHOME. Oh, it's going to be a BKB for Sylar, not the Manta. So he is strong, but now he can't get disrupted if he gets chronoed in BKB, and that can be a little bit dangerous.
Yeah, this seems like a little bit of a weird BKB pickup to me. You've got Sniper, who really doesn't care about BKB that much. I mean, Shrapnel does help, laying those right clicks, but he does a lot of physical damage. Chronosphere obviously goes through BKB, and that mechanic or interaction rather, you just pointed out with Shadow Demon is not exactly ideal. I think... Can't help but feel like Manta might have been just a little bit more conventional. Gives you kind of the best of both worlds, additional survivability, and some good damage. Ooh, Old 11
they're gonna
finds
jump
a stun.
mid. That is not good.
Hello, Force Staves. On the back line, Garter gets assassinated, and Sand King gets brought down by Medara. An odd way to start off that fight, but Ad Finem will be pretty happy with that exchange.
I'm wondering what the thought process is here for EHOME. They probably know Ad Finem are 5, and they're going in with 2, so maybe they wanted to try to get a quick pick and then a trade-off, knowing that one of them will die. And the idea is just to buy time. Like this distraction mid bought them a good 10 seconds that they can push top tier 2 with. It's something. But Sand King is down for 30. That's a really big loss. Like they're going to end up losing at least the tier 3 here.
This is scary. Sand King's one of their main initiators. I don't know if they'll lose barracks here, but I mean, this tier 2 is falling ever so slowly. They're actually not even going to get it. The hero
They're not
range
getting
creep
it.
doesn't have enough damage. Oh my gosh. It's a free tier 3.
Oh,
BKB from
aggressive force step
Sylar.
from Spartan. Baited the BKB.
The 10-second BKB also. That is... We've seen a lot of big 4-staff plays this game, but that one right there, pretty huge.
This might give them the racks, actually. That's so big. Rubik now with the Aghanims. If he steals Eclipse, man, this is going to be a disco party. Somebody's going to die really quickly. This is such a great steal for Rubik now with the Aghanim.
You're right. That's one of the better times to have an Ags on Rubik, aside from, you know, the cooldown and the cast range, but it buffs up the Eclipse so much. You can cast it on the ground, they'll catch Riki for that Sentry Ward. He does not have buyback, and now this push gets really easy. Hook shot actually off the mark. That's okay. Slow siege on the barracks. Still no glyph. Finem are in great shape here, Sin.
Why are they not disrupting their Luna? What's the thought process here from EHOME? Why are they not sending Luna illusions to push the wave? Oh boy, that's...
What a setup. Beautifully done. Picture perfect as they catch 2. Lifestealer, he's going to get brought down as well. Buyback now from Luna, buyback from the Lifestealer as well. But still, Riki and Shadow Demon in the grave. No buybacks available, and it's just one after the other. Ad Finem still very healthy. All their heroes topped off. Old 11 comes in with an Epicenter. Does connect on 2 with the Burrow Strike stun, but there's just no follow-up. He ends up getting killed. BKB and Rage pop side by side, but Old Chicken still has to play this rather defensively. Maybe they can turn onto the Void, but no, it's Rubik. Comes in big with huge damage as EHOME get cleaned up and call it GG. We're going to a game 3, baby. 32 minutes in, 13-42. Ad Finem come out strong.
Yeah, this was a totally different game than game 1. I think Ad Finem definitely stepped up under pressure. They played more aggressively and tried to force the fights, play their lineup to its strengths, just coming together and fighting way better than they did in game 1.